Today we will compare the Zhiyun Smooth Q4 versus its bigger brother, the Smooth 5, and we will discuss which one you should get. Hey, what's up guys, Julian from smartphonefilmmakingpro.com here, the ultimate online course about smartphone filmmaking. And today I have a very exciting video for you guys. Today we have the two top of the line smartphone gimbals from the company Zhiyun. On one hand we have the top of the line Zhiyun Smooth 5 that has been my personal favorite smartphone gimbal for the last half year or so. And on the other hand we have the all new Smooth Q4 that was just released. And in case you have not seen the launch video that I made for this gimbal, definitely make sure to check it out. I will link it up there. It was just an absolute amazing shoot, and shooting a parkour running girl with this setup was just absolutely amazing. So in case you have not seen that, I'll link it up there for you guys. So today I have 7 different categories and the winner of each category will get a point. So without any further ado, let's start with the first category, and that is the price and the packaging content. The Smooth 5 definitely is the more expensive gimbal. If you're getting the combo package, I think this is over $200. And for that you get, of course, the gimbal itself, a little table tripod, you get a light that you can mount up there, and you also get a very nice carrying case, and yeah, that's basically it. And on the other hand, with the Smooth Q4, you basically have the exact same packaging content. You also get a little magnetic light that you can mount up there, and yeah, also you get a carrying case. This one is a little smaller and it has a different form factor, but generally speaking, the packaging content is pretty much identical with both of them. But of course, the Smooth Q4 is cheaper, so the first point goes to the new Smooth Q4. Second category that I have for you is the overall smoothness of the shots that you can get with both of these gimbals. And in the end, this is the most important category because you want to get smooth shots with your phone, and of course you want to get the smoothest possible shots. So generally speaking, with both of them you can get 100% absolutely perfect results. I have tested both of them side by side, and personally, to be honest, I could not tell a difference, like this one is smoother than the other one. So even if I was looking very close, I could not see a difference between any of them. No matter if I was using it normally, no matter if I was using the locked mode or whatever mode, I could not see a difference between any of them two. With all the sample shots, I was using the iPhone 13 Pro and I was using 60 frames per second, so just so that you know. And yeah, so like I said, I could not tell a difference, so I'll call this category a draw. The third category that I have for you is the balancing and the setup time. And for the Smooth 5, I do actually have a separate balancing video, and I found out that a lot of people were struggling with the balancing on the Smooth 5, and I think the reason for that is that you have more options compared to the OM5 or compared to the Smooth Q4, for example. This gimbal is set up to be, more flexible. You can tweak it more, you can use it with add-ons, you have more, options to tweak the balancing. You can turn it more to the right, to the left. And also, you just have more options, which on one hand makes it more versatile. You can use it with more different phones. And probably the biggest advantage is that you can also use it with add-ons. So using an add-on lens or an ND filter or something like this with the Smooth 5 is no problem at all, but it just has a little bit more of a learning curve to it. On the other hand, the Smooth Q4 is very traditional and very easy to set up. Basically, you just have a little mount or a clamp which you spread, then you put in your phone, and then you slide it upwards or downwards until it stays in its position without falling over. And that's basically it. Then you turn it on and then you are good to go. So generally speaking, I feel like the setup of this is a little easier. But like I said, whenever you want to tweak it, whenever you want to use an add-on lens or a filter or something like this, I feel like, with the Smooth 5, you can just tweak it way better compared to the Smooth Q4. So I think it just depends. If you only want to use your phone naked, then I feel like maybe the Smooth Q4 is a little easier. but whenever you want to use heavier setups, I think the Smooth 5 is easier. So in the end, you just have to decide for yourself how you will use your gimbal. But for me, I will call this category a draw because it just depends on how I want to use my gimbal. Next category is the extension pole and low mode. And this is a pretty simple category because the Smooth 5 does not have an extension pole. And on one hand, that's maybe a little bit of a downside because for a lot of you guys that are using low mode very often, you are a little limited with this one because of course you can use low mode, no problem at all. But whenever you want to get some shots that are really close to the ground, you just have to bend down very much. And you know, this works just fine. I was using it like this for, basically half a year and it worked just fine. On the other hand, the Smooth Q4 does have an extension pole built into the gimbal that you can just pull out, and then you can also just turn the phone upside down and then you can use it like this to get some really cool low angle shots. And to be honest, in the past I was using the DJI OM5 that also has an extension pole like this. And in case you have seen some of the videos that I made about the OM5, you probably know that I personally am not the biggest fan of using the extension pole because with the OM5 it just always felt very wobbly and it did not feel very secure at all. With the Smooth Q4, I gave it another go because like I said before, I was shooting this parkour video and I wanted to get these cool low angle shots because then my movement looks even faster. And yeah, I just wanted to get these kind of looks and these kind of shots. And with this gimbal, actually, it comes very much in handy using the extension pole because it just feels like an extension and it's not as wobbly as the OM5, for example. So yeah, actually I really enjoyed using it and I could get very smooth shots using the extension pole. So this category goes to the Smooth Q3. Next category is about all the different modes and the buttons that these gimbals have. And generally speaking, when it comes to the layout and the setup of these two gimbals, the Smooth Q4 is just a little simpler and a little cleaner. It does not have as many options as the Smooth 5. And also when it comes to the modes, the Smooth 5 has 5 different modes directly on the gimbal and the Smooth Q4 only has 4 different modes. It's not a big difference, just a tiny one. And generally speaking also here, it just depends on what kind of videos you're making. In case you want to tweak it a lot and in case you want to pull focus whilst you're shooting and all that kind of stuff, and in case you really want to dive very deep into smartphone filmmaking and get the absolute best quality possible, then the Smooth 5 is probably the way to go because this does also have native integration with Filmmaking Pro and you can do focus pulls and you have more modes and yeah, you just have a little bit of more options, and there also is a function button that you can program to whatever needs and whatever likes you have. On the other hand, the Smooth Q4 is just like I said, it's just a little more minimalistic and it's just a little more for in case you always want to have it with you and in case you just want to grab that gimbal, put your phone in and get some absolutely amazing shots, then this is the way to go. Or generally speaking, just viewing at it from a very neutral perspective, so to say, the Smooth 5 just has more options, you can customize it more, so this category goes to the Smooth 5. But like I said, in case you just want to take your smartphone, get amazing results, for example on holidays or when you're hiking or whatever, I think the Smooth Q4 also is an absolutely amazing option. Next up, let's talk about using add-ons with any of these two gimbals. And I've said that before, I've teasered it a little bit in case you really want to get the absolute best quality possible, in case you want to use add-on lenses and ND filters and polarizers and whatever. I think then the Smooth 5 is the way to go because it just has a bigger payload, you can tweak it more, you can balance it better to your specific needs, and you just have more options. On the other hand, the Smooth Q4 handles basically all phones just fine, and I have also used my iPhone 13 Pro with ND filters, for example, and it also handled it just fine. So it's not like this one cannot handle add-ons at all, it's just like the Smooth 5 can just handle them easier and it feels more solid when you're using add-ons. So it just depends on what's more important for you personally, but generally speaking, when it comes to using a gimbal with add-ons, then I would go with the Smooth 5. And the last category that I have for you is the overall usability and just how confident I felt using these gimbals. And generally speaking, they are very similar in a lot of different areas because both of them are from Zhiyun and they have pretty much the same modes, and yeah, generally speaking, they're just very similar. But when it comes to just grabbing my phone and just grabbing shots and just, you know, make it happen very quickly, then I feel like the Smooth Q4 is basically unbeatable. It's super lightweight. If you compare these two in weights, then you can feel that this one is way lighter. And I personally am just still very stunned about the shots that I got with the Smooth Q4 when I was shooting this parkour video. And yeah, generally speaking, I love both of these gimbals. These are my go-to gimbals right now. Like I said, whenever I want to get, you know, more professional shots, like having the correct shutter speed and all that stuff, then I'm leaning towards the Smooth 5 because I can easier use add-ons and so on. But whenever I'm just, you know, going out and grabbing shots and, you know, just making sure that I'm not missing the moments, then I'm leaning more towards the Smooth Q4. So basically you can't go wrong with any of them. I think you just have to decide for yourself like what's more important to you personally and what kind of filmmaker or smartphone filmmaker you are. In case you would like to learn more about smartphone filmmaking, we do have a totally free webinar for you guys. It's the first link below that like button, and in there I share the top 5 secrets that you need to know when it comes to filming with your smartphone. So in case you're interested in that, definitely click on that link, sign up and watch the webinar. We have had over 50,000 people watching the webinar and we got some very nice feedback. So yeah, in case you're interested, definitely make sure to check this one out. And in case you have any questions about any of these gimbals, then make sure to write it down in the comments. And yeah, that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it and I'll talk to you guys in the next one.